All right. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Talladega Superspeedway. Tonight, there's no championship to protect, no points to play it safe, just raw speed, pure instinct, and one thing on every driver's mind tonight is that cold hard cash at the end of this event. Welcome to the Alabama 250, where we are going to go 94 laps at nearly 200 miles an hour, inches apart. And this is where control slips away and chaos takes over. One wrong move, and the big one is waiting. One perfect run, and you're cashing in. Every lap tighter than the last, every draft more aggressive. Every decision is everything. Because tonight it's simple. Finish in the top three and you get paid. Miss it and you'll go home empty. I'm Mike Taylor up here in the booth alongside me is going to be Joshua Norton and Bryce Cobbler behind the cams. We are strapped in for promises, ladies and gentlemen, to be a heart pounding, edge of your seat racing from start to finish. Again, no points, no mercy, just this massive 2.66-mile track separating these drivers from some sort of payment at the end of this race. And we are getting ready to take it down to the racetrack so we could do the starting lineup of tonight's event. Starting on the pole is going to be Cody Niegels in that number one machine, followed by Ethan Eckert. Row number two, you've got Ryan Warp and Miles Bagley to his outside. Row number three, you've got Mark Pearson and Frank Chavez. Row number four, Timothy Eisberg and Patrick Millette. Row 5, Kevin Allen will be joined by Dwayne Drummond to his outside. Row 6, Joe Bonner and Brian LaPrette will make up to his outside. Dalen Sale and Terry Fennell will make up row number 7. Row number 8, Brett Bray and Robert Wyant. We'll start in that PS16 spot. Kean Fry and Kyle Hess will make up row number 9. Rounding out your top 20, it's going to be Kirby Wainscott and Barry Nelson. Row 11, Aaron Roth will be joined by John Scholzelski. If we're saying that wrong, please let us know in chat. Zane Bierman, he'll be joined by Steve Harris to his outside in row number 12. Row 13, Robert Garcia, Marcus McCord to his outside. Row number 14, Andrew Teft will be joined by his brother Alex Teft. Row number 15, Dennis Kane and Kensley Smith. Row 16, Christopher Pendle will be joined by Curtis Ecker back in that 32nd position. Row number 17, Trevor Fettig and Case Sprinkle will be making up row number 17. That is actually going to be rounding out your field here for today. Josh, we've got 34 cars on tap today. What are your thoughts as we're going to get ready to go green flag racing here tonight?
With almost a full grid, I think we're definitely going to see some pretty funny moments tonight. It's the Gen 4 car. They're a little much to handle at times, and you got to be real careful bump drafting these things. You can pick up the back end of that car pretty easy, so I wouldn't be surprised to see quite a few people spinning.
Yeah, definitely. These cars definitely do not align nose to bumper like some of the newer vehicles that we do have on the iRacing service. But man, let me tell you what, I'm so excited to see how this is all going to play out here today. As we got 34 cars out here on tap. Let me take a look here. Let me see if we got any last minute words. We did not get a fuel count number, but I know we are running a full tank, so these guys should be able to go just about 40. Oh, I believe it's about 42 to 45 laps on fuel. So that's something that we're going to absolutely keep our eyes on. And I just realized our three front cars, first, second, and fourth, are all teammates. So that we're going to look for these guys to quickly get together here on this start, as they will come through the tri-oval here, and we're looking to go green flag racing for the first time here tonight at Talladega, and we are underway for the Alabama 250 right here on the Racers Elites Network, as these drivers are going to take just about a lap to fully get up to full song, because in these cars it takes just about that to go from 60 miles an hour all the way up to 200.
Yeah, they definitely they got some long gears in them. They're only 4 speeds, so take a little bit to get going. But man, once they get moving, these cars are quick.
Yeah, absolutely. As we're taking a look here, Ethan Eckert quickly getting out front in front of Cody Niegels, his teammate, as the 87 of Miles Bagley is hanging on to that outside lane at the moment. Mark Person, I'm sorry, he is right there behind him in that 71. But as of right now, that outside lane is not fully together, so they're really going to need to try to get something to happen on that outside lane to be able to get more identical here as we ride on board here with that number one machine. And just take a look at that banking right there coming through turns of 1 and 2, how it goes up to 36 degree of banking back down to pretty much, I believe it's what, 4 degrees on the back stretch.
There's definitely a little bit, but it's not a whole lot back there. Quite an abrupt change.
Oh yeah. Just to give you guys a general idea of how tall that banking is, I want you to go to a hotel and look straight up to the, say the 4th floor. That's about how steep it is. It is steep, steep, steep.
Yeah, them turns are quite the workout to even try to walk up. You can't even really drive a car around these turns at normal highway speeds.
Oh yeah.
Let alone walk up the banks.
Yeah, definitely. If you are going any slower than just about 45 miles an hour, the car will just naturally bring itself down to the apron. That's how high these bankings are. As they will climb up here into turns 3 and 4 here on lap number 3. As we are taking a look here around that middle pack, right about where that number 6 machine is of Brett Bray. He is right behind the 12 of Dylan Sale.
It seems they got a pretty uniform line going right there on the bottom. The top line's pretty spaced out right now. Not a whole lot of formation getting going quite yet, but I wouldn't be surprised to see that line moving pretty quick later in this race.
Oh yeah. You know, I've got a lot of throwback memories going on right now here in my head. You know, looking at that number 12 of Dylan Sale, you know, Ryan Newman when he was driving that number 12 machine. Big check up here on the inside. No harm, no foul. And finally, those red line racing machines are going to get themselves lined up on that lower side of the track. And that's going to bring Mark Person in that number 71, getting pushed by Kevin Allen in the 76 on the outside. Now they're going to try to see what they can do on the outside here and see what that Frank Chavez machine in that number 22 machine, see what he can do, try to get him pushed up here as well.
Yeah, they're definitely going to have to take advantage of the fact that Team Redline here is giving them a whole lane, given they have 3 cars. What a bold move, in all honesty. It looks like he's actually going to move up now and occupy the front of that second lane, just in case.
Yeah, Ryan working that Monster number 23 machine. He says, "Excuse me, get out of my way." And he is bringing Timothy Eisburn in that number 92 with him. You know, these here are a couple of our Racer Elite normal drivers, that are up here duking it out with these guys for red line. A lot of drivers here on iRacing, they look for these kind of races. And man, let me tell you what, we get some of the best when we host these events, just like these three out front right now. So our normal of Ryan Warp, Timothy Eisberg, Frank Chavez, Joe Bonner, Brian LaPratt, all up here in the top 10. They're duking it out with some of the best super speedway racers here on iRacing.
Yeah, definitely, and it's quite a challenge really going against people that do this all the time. They have ran this track probably thousands of times, thousands of laps, hundreds of races by this point. They know exactly what they want to do and how to execute what they want to do tonight.
Oh, absolutely, and they all know the importance of getting themselves, to the end of this race to make it happen. And that's something that we're going to see is, we're going to see these guys be calm, cool, and collected for just about the first 80 laps. And then, let me tell you what, those last 14 laps, those are going to be pure chaos. As you see Mark Person hitting the back bumper of Ethan Eckert in that number 25 Ford as he's trying to push him down the back straightaway here.
Yeah, they were getting quite a little bit of a gap going. They definitely want to be careful of that.
The 92 almost got turned there.
A little bit of a bobble, a little bit of weaving.
Yeah.
Everybody stayed straight, so it looks like it worked out.
Yeah. So your top 5 drivers right now have pulled away. And now these guys here in the back, they're going to have to try to work together to recatch that front 5.
Yeah, I have no doubt that within a couple of laps, they'll be all stacked right back up behind them. We've got quite a few cars in that backpack.
Yeah, as long as you don't drop, about 1 second from the guy in front of you, you'll be all right.
Yeah, you're usually still just close enough to pull enough draft to suck right back up to the back of their bumper, but...
Oh, yeah. And that's exactly what we're seeing now as that 23 fell back to pick up Eisburn, and now Eisburn is pulling the 11. The 11 is pulling that 41 machine, and just give them a couple laps. They'll be all single foul nose to tail once again.
Yeah, and I mean, at the end of the day, the last thing Redline really wants to do in a race this size is pull away as a 4-car group. It's really not going to get you too far.
Yeah. As we are taking a look here at the battle currently for that 11th spot between Brett Bragg, Kevin Allen, as those cars are going to run side by side down the back straightaway here. And that outside lane's getting a good heat of momentum there with that number 22 of Frank Chavez and the 101 of Brian LaPratt in that DuPont Chevrolet. That's a throwback, paint scheme there. The 16 throwback. Y'all, I'm loving this paint schemes, man. A lot of memories.
I was gonna say we definitely got quite a few good throwback paint schemes tonight.
Oh yeah.
Reminded me of my childhood, that's for sure.
Yeah.
There's definitely a few guys in this field though that definitely want to keep your eye on, because I know myself from racing in the Gen 4 series on Thursdays, these guys are quick and they know this car.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I'm going to list out a couple of them. I mean, you've got your obvious, the Teft brothers. They seem to always find their way to the top 3 by the end of just about any race you put them in. You got Patrick Millett, who has now won, I think, 2 of our Gen 4 races. Several really good performances out of him.
And as you're talking about
win
that,
at Darlington.
And as you're talking about that, they're now making their way around the outside of Dennis Kane, and they're going to try to attack back to that back bumper of Terry Fennell, and they got to try to catch up to this front pack again.
Yeah, they definitely got their work cut out for them, but they got to get a good outside line rolling. They got to get some people to separate this team up front.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And I mean, You got to also, think, which is actually something very surprising me. One of the best, Friday super speedway racers we have is that number 15 of Kensley Smith. But right now, he's all the way back in that 30th position, uh, like 17 seconds back, running with the 196 or with the 96 here of Barry Nelson. So some of these names that, very surprising to see them running all by themselves here in the Trioval now. So seeing him back here, that's surprising me. But then again, we all know that at some point there's going to be a big one.
He was another one that I was actually going to list off. Kensley always does well. He's always working his way through the pack.
Yep.
He has no problem. Tends to start towards the back. Tends to be his ideal start. And he just kind of takes his time. He's patient. He works his way back up towards the front and always brings home a good finish. Unless he gets involved in something he can't control or just has a bad night.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But starting in the back in a super speedway race, sometimes that is definitely the way to go. Kind of hang out, take the early race easy, stay away from all the chaos. Less times you get wrecked, the more of a shot you got to be in right where you want to be come the end of this race.
Oh yeah, definitely. And and we talk about making it to the end, and right now that's exactly what you're seeing is the patience. And that's what these guys are showing right now, running single file all the way through the entire field. So this is exactly what they want to do, because in probably roughly 6 or 7 laps, we're coming to the halfway mark of our fuel run. And now the question is going to be is, how well are these drivers going to get these cars slowed down to get down on pit road without speeding?
I can tell you one thing, man, from experience, especially these cars at a super speedway, it is you tend to not realize how fast you're really going in these cars sometimes. So I wouldn't be surprised to see a couple people maybe overshoot or have to go around. Oh, we got the 14 and the 10 into the wall. Just as I switched to them to see what was going on.
Yep. Yeah, looks like Kirby Wainscott was involved in this one here as well. The 10, the 14, the 16. So Zane Bierman, he wasn't. Yeah, he was involved here, hitting that inside wall a ton.
Yeah.
Patrick Millett involved as well. Brian LaPratt in that 101 machine. A lot of hard hits for quite a few of these drivers.
Yeah, definitely not something you want to have happen this early in the race. Hopefully, judging by the looks of the cars, they don't look too bad. You can never really tell sometimes. Sometimes the car looks fine and it's just not. Hopefully, they don't have to use their fast repair this early, because something tells me just about everyone's going to need it later in this race.
Yeah. They do have that one fast repair, so I'm taking a look here at that number 16 now, and yeah, it looks like he's gonna definitely need it.
Yeah, unfortunately, there's not much you can do if it happens this early in a race, but it sucks nonetheless.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I saw one car. It looked like he was bouncing around quite a bit. Looked like he had some suspension damage, so I wouldn't be surprised to see him use it early.
Yeah. But it looks like all of our leaders are going to make their way down pit road. And we're going to see our first set of pit stops here.
Definitely not a bad idea, given we've run close to halfway through the fuel mark, so...
Oh, yeah.
Have to see if anyone wants to get tires early, or if we'll see a bunch of
Oh, we got one
stops.
car backwards. The number 11 machine, he was sitting backwards on his coming in. That's
That's never
Joe
something you want to
Bonner.
see.
Oh yeah. Let's see what happened. So he was coming in, and that number 41 machine was just to his left. And so when Bonner went to get into his box, there was a car there, and it just spun him out.
Oh yeah, they were side by side coming down pit road.
Oh yeah.
Oh, definitely heartbreaking to have to lose all those spots early on in the race sometimes. But like I said before, it can be a blessing in disguise to be a little further back in that field and kind of hang out for a while.
Yep. And it looks like
Sounds like we got a couple people getting a warning for driving on the wrong side of pit road during entry,
yeah.
which is what caused the 11 to spin.
Yep. And the 68 of Robert Wyatt, he will get the EOL for causing that incident.
Yeah, it looked like it was just a little bit of a bad bump there, and it just took a couple guys out with him. So it's always unfortunate, but it happens on these super speedways.
Yeah.
See a couple people coming back around into the pits for either the second time or maybe the first time. Just about missed who it was that was pulling in. Wasn't sure if they went in once already. Gonna say that they did
Frank.
not pit priors. It looks like they were taking tires. Yeah, it looks like the 22 of Frank Chavez came in, topped up on fuel again. Maybe get himself just that extra lap that he used while he was out there pace lapping.
Yep. I think possibly the 13 could have missed his box the last time around.
That is a possibility, especially if he was one of those people stuck with someone to his left side. It looks like we will have all four members of Team Redline bringing us back to the green flag with the 1 and the 25. He's got the 22 painted on there. As our two frontline sitters coming back to the restart zone.
Pace truck is pulling in, and Redline Racing is going to bring them back to the green flag.
Let's see if maybe for this run they opt to hold that high line and maybe try to keep people from ducking down in front of them. Maybe not.
Nope, they did
Outside
exactly.
line got quite a run.
There we go. Yeah, so that the Red Line Race team did exactly what I anticipated them to do, was get them out front and down to the bottom. So it seems like your front three are actually working more together And not helping out that 70, what was that, the 71 machine
71.
of Person. Yeah, so
Yeah, he's
Person
got
might be all to himself.
he may be. To be fair, I was kind of assuming just because he had Team Redline on his car, he may not actually be with them. Though he did get cut off from the rest of the Redline cars by the 76 of Kevin Allen,
Yep.
who found his way to 4th place.
Yep, and all right here, the Kensley Smith, your top 10 are single file line. As Kensley is trying to make sure that Dylan Sale does not lose that front draft, as they will round out your top 10 here going into the tri-oval. And your first side-by-side action is back here with Curtis Ecker and Dwayne Drummond in that number 41 machine. Dwayne Drummond, he's another Redline racing driver.
You're curious if all the cars with Redline on them are all working together, or maybe?
Yeah, I can confirm.
Okay, I had assumed so, but a couple of different paint scheme options. First 3 are all identical, and then we got 2 that are kind of different. Looks like Andrew Teft and Curtis Ecker are going to jump to the high line.
Yep, and they're going to leave that 57 of Aaron Roth all to his lonesome self. And
Definitely rather unfortunate when you see the pack coming up, and then you just start getting passed by just about everybody, thinking you're about to finally get back on pace. Looks like the 11's going to stick down there with him and try to give him a hand. Friendly sportsmanship. I know those 2 get along pretty well.
Yeah. All right, now there they go. They're going to get themselves single file, and Andrew Teft is doing Andrew Teft things, leading that second group, trying to see what they can do about catching up to that 15 and 20 machine of Kensley Smith and Kean Fry.
Yeah, they definitely got a little bit of time and space to make up. We got a car spinning.
Oh, trouble here in turn
spinning.
3. The 94 is around Christopher Pendle. The 6 machine, he's involved, Brett Bray.
I think Brett Bray was just involved in that first caution that came out too, if I'm not mistaken, right? A different car.
I think that might have been a different car.
Yep, that's my bad.
Yeah. Looked like the 18, he got spun around for a long ride as well. John Scholzelski.
Oh yeah, they looks like they might have stacked up a little bit there coming into that turn.
Oh nope, it was on the 6th. Yeah.
Yeah, we're definitely getting quite a few bumps that aren't going quite right for everybody tonight, which is something I definitely expected, given the Gen 4 car's handling and aero package it has.
Yep.
Yeah, it's very easy to pick the back end of the car up in front of you. And to add to that, it's very easy to accidentally take the air off of the rear spoiler of the guy in front of you and get him a little loose. Something you see more often on the 1.5 miles and shorter tracks, but...
Oh, yeah. As we see everybody coming back down pit road. Probably just going to top off on some Sunoco race fuel here.
Definitely a good call to get fuel just about any caution that comes out.
Oh, yeah.
The longer you can delay that green flag pit, the better.
Oh, yeah. So our top 5 will stay out. Kensley Smith, Andrew Teff, Curtis Ecker, Steve Harris, and Robert Garcia. Those guys will stay out.
Definitely a little bit of a gamble play on their part.
Yeah.
Not a bad idea. I mean, it really depends. With the way we've been getting cautions, it might pay
Yeah.
off pretty good.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's only a 7-lap difference, So when it comes down to it, these guys might have a little something up their sleeve over at Chicken Coop.
Yeah, they've been known to be pretty smart with their strategies here at the super speedways.
Oh, yeah.
I know Kensley Smith's got to be hunting a second super speedway win for this weekend after that crazy finish he had Friday night.
Oh, yeah. That was an absolute blast to call. I think we are still all in shock on how that one ended.
Oh,
Pretty much,
100%.
what was it, 1,000th of a second between first and second, then tied for third?
Yeah, that has to be the closest race I've ever seen for a super speedway finish.
Oh, yeah. That was an absolute blast to watch.
I agree. I had so much fun watching that race with you guys up here. They always put on a good show here in this league.
Oh, yeah. And if you guys would like to come back and watch some more of our racing, this week, Tuesday, we have our trucks at Daytona. We have Mid-Ohio lined up for the Xfinity Series on Wednesday, and our Gen 4 Series on Thursday. They will be heading to Indianapolis Motor Speedway for 75 laps around that racetrack over there. For Friday, will be we're actually going to be off this week on Friday, and on Sunday we will return for 250 laps around Bristol on Sunday. So we got a lot of good racing coming up this week. Just everybody come on down and watch and enjoy us, and let's have a lot of fun.
Yeah, I'm definitely pretty excited to see some of the races this week. I'll actually be racing in the trucks on Tuesday this week, so that'll be a lot of fun. We also, I think we missed our Monday series, our SRX series, which takes place on short tracks and a couple of dirt tracks throughout the season.
Oh, yeah.
So we've got races for just about every day of the week.
Yeah, I keep forgetting about that little series over there.
Yeah, that's I'm not gonna lie, quite a fun series. I race in it, so I have a blast. I love short track racing.
I'm sorry, where'd you
Definitely.
guys say you guys are going to be?
Let me double check that for you. I forget off the top of my head. Next, or I guess tomorrow, actually, the SRX
Yeah.
series will be at Stafford.
Ah,
150 laps.
sounds gonna be fun there, but we're going back green flag racing here at Talladega. Kensley Smith, Andrew Teff, they're gonna bring the field back to the green flag, and Kensley Smith, he gets a good jump there, and he's gonna drop down in front of Andrew Teff, and they're gonna bring Curtis Ecker with them, but now that outside lane is starting to move as who was that up there up top? Steve Harris in that 134 machine getting a massive bump out of that number 25 of Ethan Ecker. As Ecker, he's going to jump to the
Ooh,
middle and leave Harris all to his lumps himself. Andrew Teft,
okay.
he's going to bail out here into turn 3. And now that Steve Harris machine, he's going to start falling back. And here comes the Red Line Racing machines back to the front of this field on the front straightaway. It did not take them long to get those two cars back out front. Oh,
It
we
did
got
not.
a big tap here by the 13 of Robert Garcia. Let's go check up that middle lane here coming into turn number 1.
Here comes Kyle Hess in the 86 with 23 of. Forget who it is in that
Ryan Ward.
23. Ryan Warp. Oh,
Yep.
looks like Warp is going to drop back to that bottom line and leave Kyle Hess up there kind of by himself.
Yeah, as we drop back here a little bit more, they are 3 wide, and they're approaching Kyle Hess in a hurry. And now that 87, he's going to jump to the outside of Hess. The 71's going to go with them, and they're going to run now 3 wide back here, further out in the back. 2 cars into the wall,
Oh,
and one of them is around. That's going to be Robert Wyatt. Turned around here, hard into the inside wall. Definitely
Oh, yeah.
not what.
quite some damage there.
Yeah. Yeah, so he's still sitting here in the trioval. There he goes.
And since he stayed off the racing surface after spinning, we are going to stay green.
Yeah. Well, back to the race and action up here in turns 3 and 4. We've got some good 3 wide racing back here in the back of this field. That 7-Eleven machine of Trevor Fettig, Brian LaPratte, they're running side by side.
Pretty surprised to see a majority of this field all single filed out, but
Yeah.
you know, I mean, it's definitely a smart play. Save as much fuel as you can, just in case we get a long green flag run.
Yep, that is true.
Usually we have 2 lines really juggling that lead spot and just fighting back and forth between side drafting each other and racing real tight and real hard against each other all the way from start to finish.
Yeah, for sure. I'm getting word from a lot of people here that we're looking for some hard pushing from this pack behind. The 92 machine of Timothy Eisburn, he's saying, let's go, let's go, let's go. And Kean Fry, he's going to be holding on for dear life here.
Yes, he is, because that car is one difficult car to control once someone gets on that bumper. Man, could you imagine if they could all talk to each other through their comms in NASCAR? How crazy that would be.
They actually did that, what was it, 2000 and, I think it was like 2000, yeah, it was 2006 or 2007, all the way to 2010, I believe it was, yeah.
Oh, wow. I didn't know they did it that long.
Yeah, they could actually program up to 6 different drivers.
I'm sure it definitely helped in some instances, but I'd imagine it was quite the handful as a driver to deal with when you're just trying to focus on what you're doing.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
It looks like the 20 is just about to catch that front pack again.
There they go. Careful of this massive check up here. And they are good to go. Man, look at that run that 71 machine is getting.
It looks like we're going to start forming a second line here, maybe. If someone wants to join Kensley Smith and Curtis Ecker up there. We're definitely looking for takers.
Yeah, we got a couple drivers up top going with him now.
Here comes another chicken coop racing. 43 of Alex Tech. Joined by the 196 of... Oh wait, that's not the 196. Who is that? What's painted on the car? I just gotta figure out.
Yeah, that's the 96.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so Barry
Yeah.
Nelson. Another regular. Throwing me off a little bit there with the numbers.
Yeah. You look at those drivers on the outside, they are cooking.
They are moving right now.
Oh, yeah. Let me tell you what, Curtis Ecker and Kensley Smith, you know, when you get those two connected, they fly. And, you know, you add in, you know, Alex Teff there in that number 43, even better.
You've got 3 racers right there that all race together just about every night of the week. Oh! Barry Nelson's going to check down and take somebody with him.
Big, hard impact.
10 involved also again.
Got that 57 of Aaron Roth. Man, he just ate that outside lane. Or I'm sorry, that outside wall.
Yeah, his car is pretty hurt from that one. He's smoking and everything. If he hasn't used that fast repair yet, he's going to need it now.
Oh, yeah. Oh, man.
Yeah, the 22 took quite a hit, too. It looks like he's got some suspension damage. That front bumper's about to fall off.
Oh, yeah.
Looks like the 14 of Patrick Millett caught a little bit of that. He's missing his front right.
Yep.
Yeah, he's missing an entire wheel there.
Wait, who is that?
14 of Patrick Millett.
Oh, yeah. He's definitely missing the entire wheel there.
Surprised he's driving that thing all the way around the track.
Oh, yeah. You know what this generation that they'll never get to see that we saw growing up?
You're gonna talk about Dale Earnhardt taping the the trunk lid back on his car to finish his race?
I mean, no, because I mean they still do that today. But the whole entire front looks like a modified. The fenders are gone, the hood is gone, you got the engine, the radiator just out in the open. Man,
Almost looked. Oh yeah, he did. I forgot about that already.
Oh yeah.
It looks like the entire field is going to come back in the pit, top up on fuel, grab some tires, those that are involved, maybe get a little bit of damage fixed. Either saving that fast repair or hopefully hadn't used it quite yet.
Yep.
Quite some unfortunate events for some of these drivers. I'll tell
Yeah.
you what, there's nothing worse than paying into a nice prize pot to not finish the race,
Oh yeah.
especially if it wasn't something from your own doing.
Oh
We
man,
are just a
frustrating.
tad over a third of the way through this race already.
Man, already?
Already. These Gen 4 cars move when they're under green, they are getting these laps done pretty quick when you
Oh
add that
yeah.
draft into play.
Yeah, I can't believe it.
Yeah, I do believe these things will get just a tad over 200 miles an hour down the back straight under the draft. They're a little bit quicker than some of the more modern NASCAR models that we race.
Yeah. All right. Base lights are off on that iRacing.com base truck. And that number 11 machine of, is that Joe Bonner in the 11 now? I can never
That
remember.
is indeed.
Yeah. Yeah, Joe Bonner, he did get an EOL for causing this caution.
Oh, he got the EOL for this one?
Yes, he did.
That's definitely an upset.
Oh, yeah. But we also
Yeah, I wasn't.
have Frank Chavez in the 22, Aaron Roth in the 57. Um, the 6. Oh, no, 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 not the 6. I'm sorry. So the 57, the 22 were, and the 10, they all requested EOLs for this restart.
Definitely understandable after some of the damage they might have taken.
Yeah.
We got three of our, how many was it? 4 or 5 red line cars that we saw tonight. Still starting up front and bringing us back to the restart zone. They better look out though, because Kensley Smith is starting second row on that bottom line.
Oh,
And I
yeah.
know he's not going to give it to him easy.
No, he's not. He is. You can guarantee he's going to be right there on that number 1, pushing him if it comes down to it. But right now, Ethan Eckert, Cody Niegels, Mark Person, Kensley Smith will bring the field back to the green flag here at Talladega, and we are green flag racing here once again. And Eckert will get quickly out in front, and he's going to bring Person with him around the outside. And that 41 machine also redline. He's looking to make it into the top 4 here to get around the 15. But that outside lane, yeah, they're going to stay up there, wait for Drummond here, as they will clear the 1, and all 3 of those cars will move down here on the back straightaway. Beautiful dance there by Redline.
Yeah, that's what it takes sometimes at these tracks. You definitely got to really work as a team. You want to make some big things happen.
Oh yeah, this here just proves why Redline is an absolute beast of a team here on Racers Elite, especially in these money races. And they're always coming. They're not here to play. They're here to win.
Certainly not, especially not when you got money on the line. That definitely brings a different mindset out in
Oh,
just about
caution.
everybody.
Then 92, he is around. That's going to be Timothy Eisburn. Come back here, take a look.
Gonna self-clear off of the 98 there. A little unfortunate. But looks like everyone stayed in one piece. Nothing too drastic there.
Yeah. Yeah, no harm, no foul to anybody.
Yeah, I mean, these mistakes happen when you're racing side by side with this many other cars. You got a lot going on, a lot you're trying to pay attention to, a lot you're trying to process all at once.
Yep.
A little bit of back and forth from some of the drivers there. This could be a very prime opportunity while we have a moment to talk about Aaron Roth possibly getting a lap back here after having to serve his black flag penalty for entering a closed pit. I am unsure current moment if he's the first car a lap down.
Right.
Looks like a majority of the field is going to come into the pit. Kensley Smith is going to opt to stay out and assume the lead position.
Yep.
Looks like our top 11 cars were the ones to stay out. You know, one thing that's pretty crazy now that I'm looking at it, Kensley Smith started all the way in the back.
Yeah.
He's been up in the lead the last little bit now. He made some pretty good time getting back up there.
Yep, he stayed out on the second caution, and then he came down with everybody on that third caution, and here he is back up front again. Kensley knows how to play super speedways, and you know I'm always impressed with him when it comes to his performances here on super speedways.
Yeah, Kensley is quite a good strategist when it comes to putting himself where he wants to be in these super speedway races.
Yep. One guy I want to do a quick point or shout out to is Marcus McCord in that number 75 machine. He actually started the race just about 3 laps down, and he's already made his way back to just only being 1 lap down. So he's quickly making his way back towards the front. He unfortunately did have some mechanical issues with his race car. Wasn't able to get it fired up until the 3rd lap. So he was able to finally get it fired and back out on track.
Yeah, I mean, that's another thing that you never want to happen when you sign up for a race. Having any type of equipment or mechanical failure happen just as your race is about to start.
Yeah.
pretty impressive to see that he has already worked his way back to the lead lap, though, even through everything he's had to deal with to start this race.
Yeah, for sure. Alrighty, so when we go back green flag racing, it's going to be Michael Waltrip on the inside, Tony Stewart to his outside. Wait, I mean Kensley Smith and Kean Fry. And then you got that number, who is it? That 101 machine, I believe. Is it the 101? Yeah, the 101 and that Jeff Gordon Pepsi looking paint job there on the inside as well.
Yeah, like we said before, quite a few really good throwback paint schemes here. I believe Kensley runs that Napa scheme on Thursdays
Yes.
also. I know he's a fan of that one. Makes it easy for
Yes.
me to spot him out when I'm racing with him.
I think I've ever seen Kensley not drive a Napa car once. But I think
Now
he
that,
races Napa all the other times.
now that you bring that up, yeah, I think just about every time I've seen him race or been in a race with him, he's been in that Napa Auto Parts car.
So Kyle Hess in the 86 machine, he always drives a Hess car as well. And there's only been, I think, 2 times since I've not seen him in a Hess car. So some
and
drivers I can quickly point out.
I think we asked him too, and I don't remember what he said. I think he said there's actually no relation,
Nope, no relation at all.
but can't blame him for going with the play on words there. Got the last
Oh
name,
yeah,
might as well rep it.
absolutely, and it makes sense. But we are green flag racing once again here at Talladega Superspeedway. Kensley Smith, Kean Fry, they'll bring the field back to the green as they will drive up into turn 1 and 2. Kyle Hess, he'll get to the back bumper of that 20 cars. They will make a quick move to the inside. And they're going to leave Andrew Teft in that number 98 machine to his lonesome on the outside as that hole will close. And now he's got help behind him as well.
Yeah, I think there's definitely a method to staying on that outside for a little while. Might not look like the best idea right now, but once that line gets moving, it goes.
Yep. Marcus McCord, he did get a black flag for changing lanes before the start-finish line. So that's...
Looks like we got a meatball flag on the 94 of Christopher Pendel. Something just happened to him. And Miles Bagley in the 87.
Yeah. We are taking a look here at what happened.
Ooh, that is quite the hit
Ooh.
to the outside wall there.
Yeah. One car definitely checked up there.
Bump gone wrong, and unfortunately, it's going to take 2 other cars with him.
Yeah, it looks like that's the 75 machine. Commentators curse on that end.
Yeah, it seems just about every time we talk about someone doing good or having some really good luck, it takes it right away from them.
Sorry, Marcus. This one's on me, bud. But out front right now, it is Kensley Smith, Ryan Wart, Kean Fry, Kyle Hess, Brian LaPratt. Your top 5. 4 of these drivers are your Racer Elite normals, as they will run around the inside here of the lap down car of, I believe that's, Miles Bigley there. Or I'm sorry, Bagley.
Yeah, it looks like he pulled into the pits there, used his fast repair, and got back on track as quick as he could. Definitely a good call because he was he took quite the hit. He was missing his right front.
Oh yeah.
Surprised we didn't get a caution for a stray wheel anywhere.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Got the 11 of Joseph Bonner work his way back up to the top 10 after having to deal with that EOL from that incident a few laps prior.
Something happened with Dwayne Drummond in that 41 machine.
Yeah, I just saw that pop up. He had a meatball flag.
Coming here to find out. Down the
Car
back.
doesn't look too hurt.
Yeah. Let me ride on board.
Oh, he was right on the bumper of the guy in front of him. I wonder if maybe he blew that car up.
Oh yeah. Yep. Oh yeah. He blew up. Definitely
He
not what you
actually
want to see.
he coasted that thing all the way from just about the exit of turn 2 all the way into his
Yeah.
pit box.
As we are currently riding on board here with the number 41 machine. As you hear it just blow up there on the exit of turn 2. So something these guys want to remember, let these cars breathe. You know, the openings for these cars are not as big as they are on the cars, you know, that we run on a daily basis now. But Dwayne Drummond, he will get his fast repair in, and he'll make his way back out onto the speedway. He'll be sitting just about 2 laps back.
We also are just about on the dot at our halfway point for this race already.
Yeah.
Lap 47 of 94.
Yeah, so for the first time today, oh, caution.
And here comes a caution.
Yeah, let's take a look here, see what happened. Yeah, just a big
Yep.
checkup there. Yeah, just a big checkup, and that sent the sent Alex Teft around and the 50.
Lucky for them, they got a caution. It didn't look like anyone took any major damage there, so
Yeah,
we'll get that opportunity to catch back up without having to lose a lap.
yeah, definitely really good heads up driving by everybody there, and luckily Terry and Alex.
I'll tell you what, it takes a lot sometimes not to whack a car in front of you while they're spinning when you're doing 200 miles an hour because they come up quick.
Yeah. Alright. We just got word from race control. This is going to go on Robert Garcia in that number 13 machine.
Definitely unfortunate to have to go and work your way back up from the back of the
Yeah.
pack,
Yeah.
especially being in 10th place right now. That is
Yeah.
definitely going to hurt for a little bit. But I
Yeah.
think the best part about super speedways is one lap you could be in last place, 10 laps later you're in the lead.
Yeah.
So if there's a place for it to happen, it's definitely here at Talladega.
Oh yeah, for sure. You know, I'm glad I'm not up there making these calls for these incidents, because let me tell you what, uh, as we see these drivers now coming down pit road, Kyle Hess, he's electing to stay out. Brian LaPrette, he's going to stay out. Garcia looks like he's stayed out as well. But for me, like this one here, for this incident, I'm not going to lie, I would say this one would have been more of a racing incident because there's just a massive checkup. And
Yeah, it's.
I mean, when there's a checkup in front of you, you know, there's not much you can do because you're also getting pushed from behind.
Yeah, and when you got everybody bumper to bumper like that, there's really not much time to adjust anything that's going on or what you're doing when next thing you know you're spinning the guy in front of you because you were already on his bumper when everyone slowed down. So
Exactly.
like you said, I also would not want to be the one calling for a race like this.
Yeah.
Tempers flare, emotions get hot. There's a lot on the line for these drivers tonight.
Oh yeah, for sure. You know, I think we actually have. Give me a second. Let me check something. So now these numbers are going to be very, you know, lower because this is based off of 40 drivers, where we only have 34 in the field. So first place, he's going to win just under $300. Second place is going to win just under 200. Third place just under 100, and then random race participant will get probably right around $50 between 4th and 34th, or 33rd in this case. So there's a lot of money to be online here, and you know, calling one of these races, I'm glad I don't have to.
Yeah, I definitely don't want to be the one to break the bad news to someone and send them to the back of the field if they're having a good run, that's for sure. Someone's got to do it, though, and that's why we appreciate our race control.
Yeah. Yeah, so big shout out to Chanel Pottle with a Speed Zone race control. You know, again, she's up there making the tough calls that I don't want to be making. So, with that being said, we do have Kyle Hess and Brian LaPrette on the front row for this restart. And right behind them, we got John Scholzeski in that number 18 machine and Ethan Eckert in that number 25 machine, which he's showing the number 22, just so everybody knows. You know, behind him. So, you know, a lot of those red line drivers are back up here, up front again.
Yeah, Cody and Eagles right there in 5th place to round out the top 5 coming to this restart. Another red line driver, so they've got 3 cars right up here ready to go again.
Oh, yeah.
Hensley Smith, though, right there in 7th. He's right behind all of them, so definitely a driver to keep your eye on as he's put on quite a dominating performance today.
Oh, yeah. Alrighty, the iRacing.com pace truck is pulling off here once again. And we're going to get ready to go green flag racing. Kyle Hess, Brian LaPrette will bring the field into the United Rental Restart Zone. And we are green flag racing right here on lap number 52 of 94. So we are actually getting ready to cross over into the final 40 laps of this race.
Yeah, just about 42 laps left of racing to go. depending on how aggressive some of these drivers choose to get with the last half of this race going on, could make or break how long this is going to go by.
And there goes that red line racing drivers out front. They're going to leave Brian LaPrade as we have trouble behind them. The 4 is into the grass. Oh, 1, 2 cars upside down. Who is that? That's the 19, I believe.
The 14 I just saw was also upside down,
Patrick,
sliding down the turn banking.
Yep, Patrick Millett upside down. Andrew Teft, I'm sorry, Alex Teft involved in this one.
The 7-Eleven of Treader Fettig also taking some pretty major damage out of that unfortunate altercation.
Yeah. Couple hard hits for some of these drivers. It looked like Timothy Eisburn in that 92 machine, he got involved here as well.
Man, what an onboard to look at from that 14.
Yeah.
He slides helplessly down, turns 3 and 4 upside down on his roof. And unfortunately, going to have to tow out of that situation, which means he's going to have to sit in pit lane for about a minute and a half waiting for his car to get back.
Yep.
Man, I do believe
that's just really tough.
Yeah, it definitely sucks. I do believe he also used his fast repair earlier, so hopefully he doesn't have too much damage. He can get back out on track and maybe salvage something out of this race. Because like you mentioned earlier, someone between 4th and 34th, random position is going to be selected to win an extra $50. So even if you don't win, it's at least worth trying to make it to the end of this race.
Unfortunately, it's just that that check up again on the inside, and the 96 of Barry Nelson, he's the one who's gonna get dinged for the for this incident. And Patrick Millett in that number 14, he has loaded his race car up onto his hauler. He is done for the day.
Yeah, definitely unfortunate to have to haul it early in a race, especially after putting as much time as I have to already. We started, I think, just over an hour ago already, no?
Yeah.
Yeah, so to invest a whole hour into a race and then make it just past the halfway point and have to pack it up and go home, that sucks.
Yeah,
that's not fun.
Here, you know what really hurts the most? What hurts the most is prepping for the Indy 500 and to get taken out before you even make it to the pit wall coming to the green.
Didn't even quite make it to the actual green start of the race to not finish the race. That's a heartbreak and a half right there.
Man, yeah, so I'm starting like 24th, I think it was, out of like 33. No, 26 of 33.
Quite a decent sized field.
Yeah. And this car, the last car, he like floors it at a turn 4 and just pile drives into like 5 of us.
Oh.
And takes, and just like before we even can get, we didn't even see the green flag.
Oh my.
And that year was the only time that year I could run the Indy 500 on iRacing.
That makes it even worse.
Yep.
I forgot they did the Indy 500 on iRacing. Speaking of which, I might have to keep an eye out for that event because it is coming up fairly soon,
Yeah.
if I'm not mistaken. If not this month, I think in the beginning of May.
May. Yeah.
I do love me racing some Indy cars. They're pretty fun. If anyone
Oh,
watching has not tried them out, if you race on iRacing, definitely give it a shot at some point. It is a lot of fun.
oh yeah, for sure. Let me see here. So our next special event here on iRacing is going to be the 10th and 11th of this month. We're going to be running the IMSA Classic over at the WeatherTech Laguna Seca.
Ooh, that'll
May,
be a
f-
good race.
yep, May 1st through the 3rd, the 24 hours of Nürburgring, and then May 5th through the 18th, the Indy 500. The first week will be fixed. The second week is going to be open, and it's always a good time for those 2 weeks. So, a lot of great fun racing coming up here in the next couple of weeks. So, definitely don't want to miss out, you guys. If you don't already, head over to iRacing.com, sign up. You know, usually new members, they usually get like a sick deal on new drivers.
Yeah, you get like I think like a 20% discount or something close to that.
Yeah,
10%.
so
Get a pretty hefty discount, and if
yeah,
you pair that with buying a full year in advance, you save quite a lot of money.
so for $77 USD, 30% off gets you 1 year of iRacing.
Yeah, that's quite a killer
Nine,
discount
yep,
for first time.
$9.10 will get you 1 month. You guys come out, join. It's a lot of fun. iRacing.com, and we are going back green flag here at Talladega. And Brian LaPratt, he'll get out to a good jump there on the 23 machine of Ryan Work, as he's got Szulzelski right behind him in that number 18. And now that outside lane is coming to, and they're going to start getting a good run here through turns 1 and 2. But that outside lane will get a decent run here out of turn 2 with that number 15 of Kensley Smith. That outside lane is now flying. That right
Yeah,
there,
they're
that,
sticking
that just
together.
shows you. Yeah, that just shows you how strong of a run. If you keep those cars nice and tight, that's exactly what's going to happen. As Ryan
Mm.
Work, he will ditch the 18 on the outside there.
Yeah, it's definitely a little scary when the car in front of you
Oh, the
ditches you,
18's
and there goes
around.
the 18, and he's gonna take quite a few with him.
Yeah, unfortunately, off the front bumper of that number 15 of uh, Kensley Smith. So that's going to put Kensley to the back of the field.
Yeah, just as I was about to say it, it's always a little scary when the car in front of you ditches on the outside line because you get hit with that drag pretty quick, and all of a sudden you lose a couple miles an hour, and that car behind you is gonna slam right into the back of your bumper. You better be ready.
Yep. As we see here, the 20 involved here as well. Whoa!
Ooh,
Jeez!
I
Who
wonder if he
was
might have
that?
taken a little bit of a net code hit there or not.
Was that the 12?
That was.
Man, yeah, so that was the number 12 machine. Who's in the 12? Am I blind? Dylan Sale. Okay, there he is. Yeah, man, that was crazy.
Yeah, and his car looks perfectly fine, so I think he just barely got by on that. Nothing that gets that heart pumping quicker than literally being centimeters from touching another car that's wrecking in front of you.
Yeah. Man, let me tell you what.
Few people
You
coming
ever?
into the pits to top up.
Yep, sorry to cut you off. I
Oh, you're good.
apologize. Have you ever avoided a wreck and then your adrenaline just starts pumping and you start shaking and you're like, "Oh my god, how the hell did I miss that?"
Oh, dude, too many times.
That's
Too
what
many.
Dylan is doing right now.
100%. I guarantee you he is so happy to have a couple laps of caution here to just breathe, relax again, get resettled, and get ready for this restart.
Man, yeah, let me tell you what. I've missed so many by inches. I'm sorry, inches. Don't know what the heck I just said there. I had another stroke or something on that one. Inches.
I do it all the time.
And let me tell you what. See, I can actually say that because I've actually had a stroke before.
That's fair.
So,
Well, I'm glad you're all
and,
right.
and didn't even know it.
That's
But
even crazier.
yeah, my doctor was like, you have a scar on your brain, right? No. Yeah, it's from a stroke. What?
What? Yeah, I
You're looking
couldn't
at the
imagine not
wrong
even
brain.
knowing.
You're looking at the wrong brain, my dude. But man, let me tell you what, that is just the most craziest feeling in the world. Missing it, and then your adrenaline's going, and you just have to go, woo! Okay, let's do this again.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's funny, the last money race we had here, I took part in. It was actually the memorial race that Andrew and
Okay,
Alex put together every year.
yeah,
And again, a lot of fun, huge turnout. This one we had, our morning heats, then we had our last chance qualifier. Quite a lot of people, unfortunately, had to pack it up and go on home, didn't even make the
yeah,
feature. I was lucky enough, made my transfer right from the heat, so I only had the race in the morning and at night. Because tell you what, that feature, that's a long race. And if you get stuck doing the
yeah,
heat, the LCQ, and the feature, you're in your rig all day.
yep.
But
They did. I did the calculations for that race. The guys that did the heat, the LCQ, and the feature, they ran. I think it was like 14 1,400 like 28 miles or some crap like that.
that is that is an insane amount of racing to do, even just in a racing rig at home.
Yeah,
And those that don't partake in, sim racing don't quite understand how intense it really does get. You know,
yeah,
I get, we're on what a lot of people consider a video game, but with the equipment we have nowadays, strength of the force feedback in the wheels, some people
oh
are
yeah,
racing on motion rigs, so they're bouncing around the whole time.
oh
It
yeah,
definitely wears you out. You'll
and
sleep good that night.
oh yeah,
And just the mental aptitude it takes to not only race in general, but to race in the oval discipline on a super speedway where you are bumper to bumper and door to door with other drivers for the entirety of this race. You are on the edge. Your heart is pumping, your adrenaline's going crazy. Every race that you're doing one of these. Anyone who says that they are cool, calm, and collected and, you know, they're not on the edge of their seat, little anxious, little weary, they're lying to you.
oh yeah.
Because I'll tell you what, it is a crazy feeling.
It's so nerve wracking when you're getting ready for a race like the Daytona 500, the Indy 500, the Coke 600, a money race, or just your first race of the day. You are so nervous. You got your the butterflies going. You got to take that deep breath, because guess what? We're going racing.
100%. I mean, it's definitely a lot. It's a lot more than a lot of people would think it is for those that don't partake. And if you ever get the chance to try it out, if you're a fan of racing by any degree, whether it's friend, family member, give it a shot. It's fun. It'll change your life.
Oh yeah. I mean, as we are back green flag here at Talladega, message, message somebody in like your community. Say, hey, I'm thinking about getting into iRacing. Does somebody have iRacing in a rig I can, test out? See if it's something that I'm interested in. Or I know like down in Tampa, we have uh, a simulation business that actually has like 10 chassis set up for iRacing alone. So people can show up there and go racing their rig,
That's awesome.
and oh yeah, so ask around, you know, if you're not sure, like I said, ask, you know, what's the worst somebody gonna say? No, they don't. I mean, but you guys are missing out. I'm just saying, I've been doing this for 16 years. On the 10th will be my 16th year anniversary here on iRacing.
That's pretty awesome. I unfortunately didn't find iRacing and really get the chance to enjoy sim racing until just about a year ago. It
Oh,
was last
trouble,
July.
trouble. Oh, the 15 is
Oh
involved.
no! Hensley Smith taking a huge hit to the
Oh,
outside wall, almost going airborne.
I just happened to see the 96 machine up in the area of Barry Nelson.
Yeah, it looks like it starts right about up there by the 96.
Yeah, I
They're going
believe.
3 wide.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oof.
yep. Just what I was saying earlier, where sometimes being in the back, it's not a bad thing to start back there or hang out back there for a while in these races, but sometimes you just get unlucky like that and
Yep.
people around you just start wrecking and you get involved and there's really nothing you can do about it.
Yeah, unfortunately, we're now within, unfortunately, we're now just, coming up here on, about 40, or I'm sorry, 33 laps to go. I mean, it's go time at this point. And now the guys in the back need to make their way to the front. And that's exactly what we're seeing now is people just trying to get to the front. And sometimes, I hate to say it because I mean, I even do it too. Again, 16 years on this service. Sometimes I lose my train of thought and I try to go for things that are not there. And well, I make bonehead moves. Unfortunately, this situation, that's exactly what we saw. Just it's go time and somebody just make a bonehead move.
Yeah, and I mean, like you said, we're all guilty of it. Everyone
Oh
does it in the
yeah.
heat of the moment. You got so
Oh
much
yeah.
going on, so much you're thinking about that sometimes the common sense, more or less, for lack of a better term, just kind of slips your mind, or you just completely miss where you think someone else is at on the track, and unfortunately, it costs you.
Yeah. Now, unfortunately, that will cost a couple of these drivers as they're coming down to get who is sideways in their box. Oh, it's the 96.
Oh, Barry Nelson can't seem to catch a break right now.
No, Barry can't.
Oh, we got the 20 sideways in front of Barry's box on the grass halfway out of pit road there. Not sure what just happened to him.
I'm not exactly sure.
Quite a bit of trouble on pit road today.
Oh, so the 20 was trying to get into his box, and Andrew Teft was. Okay, so Andrew Teft was coming out of his box, and the 20 was there. The 20 just, yeah,
Occupying the same space as someone else, unfortunately.
yeah. It's just one of
Yeah,
those
it's
unfortunate,
both going for the same route.
yeah. So the
Oh
98,
yeah,
he
the
got,
98 got spun too.
yeah.
Yeah, that was a whole little pile up there on pit road. Accident after accident tonight.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like I said, man, the closer we get to the end of this race, more intense these drivers are going to get.
Yep.
Like you mentioned, there's just shy of $300 on the line to bring it home in first place tonight.
Yep.
Doesn't matter who you are, that's going to be weighing in the back of your mind a little bit. Speaking of first place with an interesting development, the 57 of Aaron Roth has made his way back to the front. I think he may have stayed out.
Yeah. He definitely stayed out. So 67, 87. Oh yeah, he hmm,
But he's back on the lead lap.
66. I'm sorry, 67, 77, 87. He's got to go at least 35 laps on fuel if he plans on making it the rest of the way. Right now, everybody else can.
And I think he's taking that chance and kind of banking
Yeah.
on another caution. He knows how things get in some of these races on occasion.
Oh yeah.
And super speedway racing, I mean, you can do everything right. And something is bound to happen on these racetracks. Unfortunately, it just kind of happens. So I have no doubt he's banking on at least one more caution to come out so he can top back up on fuel without going down on a green flag.
Yeah, for sure.
But the 57 of Aaron Roth and the 11 of Joseph Bonner will be bringing us back to the restart zone. 11, he's been sitting up here in the top 5, top 10 for the last little bit now. I mean,
Yeah.
we haven't said much about him, but he's just kind of been silently taking his time, hanging out, waiting for the right time to make that move.
Yep. And Miles Bagley, the first red line driver, he's back there in that 6th spot. And as of right now, he's pretty much all to himself because his closest teammate is back in that 11th spot. So it's going to be very interesting to see here what happens on this restart as Aaron Roth and Joe Bonner will bring the field back into the United Rentals restart zone. And we are green flag once again here at Talladega. Good
Another
start.
thing with Miles Bagley, sorry to cut you off, but he was also a lap or two down just not so long ago.
Yeah.
And he's already contending in the top 10 again. It just shows you how fast things change on these super speedways.
Oh yeah, for sure. As Bagley has made his way to that inside lane, that 4th car in line, as he's going to push Curtis Ecker on that inside lane, and now that outside lane has that momentum. Joe Bonner, he's looking for the race lead here in 3 and 4, getting a good push from Kevin Allen in that number 76 Singular Wireless Chevrolet.
Whoa, 92 dipped down track a little bit there. I don't know if anyone saw that, but that was almost a disaster. Looked like he got a little loose coming out of that corner. Not sure if the one was a little too much on him there.
Yes, Joe Bonner, he will get down in front of Aaron Roth in that number 57. And so now we've got the 76 and 12 on the outside here with Timothy Eisburn making his way back up here into the top 3. Nice and easy here. Watch out for that checkup. And now Red Line Racing, 3 drivers all back together.
Yeah, speaking of them, man, if I'm the 76, the 12, and the 92, the last thing I want to do is give up this top line and let that team have all 3 cars stacked up and making their way back to the lead, because that's going to make it harder for everybody else to take those first 3 money spots come the end of this race.
Sure. And now the 1 and the 22 get by there on the outside. The 87, he's coming up. And now those 3 on the outside dip down in the race lead. And here comes those Red Line Racing drivers coming out of turn number 2.
One thing I wanted to mention too, when Joseph Bonner did drop there in front of Aaron Roth. You know, if I was in Aaron Roth's shoes, where I'm down a few laps on fuel, I stayed out and I'd need to save. Even if I am banging on a caution, you know, having the 11 jump down in front of me, that's exactly what I want. That lets me run, you know, maybe 3/4, half throttle at some points if I can, save a little bit of fuel, and you know, maybe even min-max enough to salvage a decent finish if I can't pit.
Wow. Look at the power of this red line racing. Quickly going to the front. That
12's going
is
to jump up there and
mind-blowing.
separate their third car back.
Wow, just the speed out of these red line racing machines are crazy, man.
Yeah, them cars have been moving all day. Once they get together, they go just about anywhere they want to go.
Oh yeah. Now here comes that inside lane. They're coming back here on out of turn number 4. Now red line is all back together on the outside. Which lane will be able to push the best? We're about to find out here with just 26 laps to go. And it looks like that red line racing, they're going to get themselves nice and tight, and they'll take over the race lead. And now it's red line versus everybody else.
Yeah, it looked like the 92 was getting a little wobbly there and really spacing out those front few cars on that bottom line.
Yeah.
They're going to run it single file all the way back for right now.
Oh yeah.
Though I wouldn't be surprised to see a second line form fairly soon. You got a couple drivers that keep peeking, keep looking. They want to do it, but they don't want to do it alone.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, back to what you were talking about earlier with that place that has sim rigs, and you know how we were telling people give it a shot if they have the opportunity. At the mall, not too far from my house, they had like a little video game store place where you could spend some money for, you know, playing some video games, hanging out with your buddies at the mall or something. But they had motion rigs with VR setups and everything. That was the first time I ever got to race a car in a full blown, you know, sim rig, and it was beautiful. That was so much fun. It sold me right then and there. I think that same year I went out and bought my first steering wheel and pedal setup and started driving, started having fun.
Yeah, for sure. While we are here coming up on 24 laps to go this time, I do want to send out a very special birthday to my daughter Layla. She turns the big 1-6 today. So happy birthday, Layla. I love you. And I can't believe you're already 16 years old. And, well, my gift, you know, for becoming a dad again was iRacing. So that's how that aligns with 16.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, so big happy birthday, Layla. Man, just look at those red line drivers just work so well, starting to pull away, doing that tandem draft right there.
Yeah, they are really moving and really trying to separate themselves from the rest of this pack to make it harder for anybody that wants to take any of these first 3 spots. Oh, and we've got a caution.
Oh, big caution. The 98 of Andrew Teft all destroyed. The 15, he's destroyed here as well. The 13, he's destroyed.
Oh, the 15 has another meatball. The 98 definitely has a meatball. His engine is blown up. His front wheels are all crooked.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Ouch. Which one? Yeah, that would be Robert Garcia in the 13.
Ooh. Yeah, that is a hit and a half right there.
Jeez.
Man, like we said last night with the demolition race,
Whew.
thankfully,
This is
thankfully
all
we can do
virtual.
stuff like this virtually because those are some hits that would take quite some time to recover from. That looked
Oh
pretty
yeah.
rough.
And yeah, right there, the 15 and the 98 of Andrew Taft. I believe their races will be done for the day. Um,
Yeah, I think Kensley had just used his fast repair on that last major incident he was involved in.
yeah,
And to get caught in another one right after is super unfortunate for a car that was dominating so heavily in the front of this field today.
yeah. I mean, unfortunately, who is that? Is that the 71? Yep, that
Yep.
was the
They would have given it
71. Yeah,
even more unfortunate than that note. That means he has to serve a black flag, which is going to be a drive-through penalty.
yeah,
And if this just so happens to be the last caution of the night, he is pretty much trapped a lap down.
yeah, yeah. That's definitely very unfortunate there. For these drivers. So the way Racers Elite works, for those who don't know, the first incident you cause, it will be a EOL, which is end of the line. The second incident you cause it will be a drive-through, and if there is a third, well, you can kiss your car goodbye for the night because you will be disqualified. So they do have a three-strike system, and first strike is a tap on the hand. Second one is a don't do it again. The third one is you are out of here. So
Yeah, and as someone who has been guilty of causing a couple of incidents in just a singular race, it sucks.
yes,
Nothing worse than having to park your car for the rest of the night when you were having some good fun. And don't get me wrong, mistakes happen. It's part of racing, but that's how we breed a much better and much cleaner racecraft out of these drivers, keeping them on
oh
their
yeah,
toes.
and like we are working caution number 9.
What what was that you were saying?
Sorry, I was listening to race control. Um, despite there being 9 cautions so far that you guys are seeing here, the racing here on Racers Elite is so much cleaner and competitive compared to what we are seeing today. So I mean, the way the guys have been racing all season in our 4 series that we run, Tuesday or well, I guess now 5, Monday through Friday.
Monday through Friday.
No, Sunday through Friday, six
Oh yeah, 6
days
days.
has been some of the cleanest racing I have experienced in a league in a very long time.
Yeah, just to add on that, I mean, something to keep in mind, especially when we host these money races, like I said earlier, it's in the back of everyone's mind. Everyone definitely drives a little different,
Yep.
whether it be a little more aggressive, maybe a little sloppier. I mean, I don't think anyone's really been driving sloppy, but more likely to make a mistake because, again, you got that thought of such a nice prize at the end of this kind of weighing on the back of your mind. Like I said, you can say all you want that you're not thinking about it throughout this race, but it's there. It's going to change how you drive tonight. But when you see these guys racing in their league races for our regular series, like Mike said, I mean, it is some of the cleanest driving. I can't tell you how many times I've raced a race and we've
Yeah.
just gone green to green, start to finish, not even a single caution. So,
Yeah, for sure. I mean, and I mean, like today we've got, Cody Neagles, we got Ethan Eckert, Miles Bagley, we've got uh, Kean Fry, he's a hit or miss here. Robert Wyatt, Steve Harris, John Stolzowski, Mark Person, Christopher Pendle, Bierman, Marcus McCord is new. So we have quite a few drivers here that are not part of, Racer Elite, every single day. So, of course, these guys are still trying to learn how to race with these other guys, and vice versa.
Yeah, it definitely makes it much easier to run a race green to green when you're racing with the same guys every week, or for
Yeah,
some of us here, almost every day. I participate in 2 or 3 of the series, so I race with a lot of them pretty often,
yeah,
and it makes a big difference.
definitely. As the pace truck is going to pull off here once again, we're going to go green flag with, I believe, just about 9 laps to go, if my calculation in my head serves me correct. And ladies and
Uh,
gentlemen, get ready because it's about to get wild here at Talladega Superspeedway. Red Line Racing will take
we're
over
on
that
lap
race lead real quick. 19
we're
laps to go.
we're on lap 76 out of
Oh,
94, so just shy of 20.
look, I'm excited. Okay, leave me alone.
Oh, it's all right.
We got 9 plus 10 laps. Okay.
9 plus 10, that works for me.
But right now, that red line.
We are
Oh,
3
three
wide,
wide, bumping
pushing
and
each other out of the
banging.
way. They're locking
And the
doors.
57 is upside down.
Oh, another car upside down.
Oh, I think that might have been the
Barry Nelson.
96. Yep, Barry Nelson's upside down.
Oh,
Woo!
whoa. That was a wild ride. It almost looked like a video game move. That car came up into the air and almost stayed there for a second.
Yeah. Jeez.
Just riding upside down. That is definitely not fun to do.
Doink.
Man, that is a hit. Don't see a car do that every day, that's for sure.
No. But
Definitely
that's,
another moment where thank God it's a simulator, because
yeah.
that might have been red flag worthy in an actual NASCAR race.
Oh, yeah. So that right there is going to put Terry Fennell and Barry Nelson out of the race.
Yeah, I have a feeling we might see a couple more cars drop out of this race, even
Yeah.
just by the end of these last just about 15 by the time we get going again.
Yeah.
It's gonna heat up.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, right before that incident, we had the 92 and 11 literally glued together going down the back straightaway.
Yeah, that's what I saw. That's what caught my eye. And then all of a sudden, there's cars upside down, sliding around, flying through the air.
People that wasn't even involved in that.
Yeah, I thought for sure we were gonna see a caution breed out of them locking doors like that, because usually you see them door bang a little bit and kind of bounce off each other. Them two guys were stuck together. It's almost like someone super glued those two cars together.
I don't even think super glue was it. I think that we'll probably talk about GAB welding them together.
Yeah, them cars were locked. It's another thing you almost never see, especially on a super speedway.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so the number 8 of Curtis Ecker, he's going to get deemed for causing this incident. Our 10th caution of the day.
Are we take any bets on how many cautions we'll have before this race is out? I'm thinking we maybe have 12. That's my estimation. I think we see
Yeah.
at least 2 more by the end of this.
Oh, yeah. I mean, if these guys really try, we may be able to squeeze a total of 4 cautions.
Yeah,
But
if they want to get
that's
real
big.
frisky.
Yeah. But man, these 3 cars out front, the 1, the 25, the 87. Man, I don't know what to think of these guys. They've got something else under their hood because man, let me tell you what, they fly.
I think it's just that good old Chevy Monte Carlo.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
a
it's
Chevy
gotta
boy
be.
if you couldn't tell.
Oh, I'm a Chevy boy too. You kidding?
Ah, there you go. Oh, I like my imports, don't get me wrong. We're talking American bred cars though. Always going with a Chevy.
Oh yeah. My dad, he always, we always grew up and my dad was always like, Ford is stands for found on road dead. And
That's
then
always what
I,
I was taught.
and then out of the blue, I go see my dad and he has a Ford race car. And I'm like,
Well,
what happened to the Chevy? He goes, we changed it to first on race day.
I will say Ford race cars, they're usually pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm talking from a standpoint, I'm a mechanic in real life. I work on cars, and if there's one manufacturer that I see come to the shop that I'm like, "Oh, great. Just what I want to work on," it's a Ford.
Oh yeah.
Something about the way they design them cars, they're pain. Now, if we take a step back, we go old school Fords, I'm all for it.
Oh
But
yeah.
anything post like 1995-ish,
Yep.
not a fan. I
Oh
was gonna
yeah.
say it
Yeah.
sprays onto the sway bar and then it sprays everywhere but into the can you're trying to catch it with.
Right.
Yeah, just an absolute nightmare to deal with in the shop. I'll tell you what. I got me one of them Chevy trucks, and boy, has it been easiest thing I think I've ever worked on. And I'm not even saying that from a fanboy standpoint. Just, I mean, I've ripped the engine out of the thing and rebuilt it with my grandpa. It was, I think, the easiest engine I've ever had to pull out of a car.
Yep.
So, yeah, Ford does make some pretty nice race cars. Can't knock them on the racetrack,
Yeah. Yeah.
but
For
I'll
sure.
always tease them.
Oh, of course.
I was gonna say I've heard not too well.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they're dumping all their money into the trucks and Cup series.
Yeah, I think the trucks and the cups are two more popular if I'm not mistaken.
Yep. Yep.
So can't really blame them for that.
I mean, look, I love my Chevy Silverados. They're freaking amazing. But man, you can't touch their Ford Raptor. I'm telling you.
Is that what they have in the truck series now?
No,
Is
no,
it the
they
Raptor?
no,
It's still the
no,
F-150.
they still, yeah, they still run the F-150.
Okay. I will
But
say the Ford Raptors are very beautiful looking trucks.
oh yes. All right. Green flag, 15 laps to go. That inside lane did not get going, but that one of Cody Eagles, he's going to get out to an early lead, but that outside lane quickly disintegrating as they will get those red line racing drivers back single file on the inside here, coming through turns 1 and 2. And here comes that 12 of Dylan Sale and Timothy Eisburn in the 92. They will clear the 76 of Kevin Allen, putting him all the way back to that 7th spot. And he's going to drop down in front of Joe Bonner. And now that 12 is right there on the back of bumper of Bagley as they will climb up into the baking of turns 3 and 4 here once again. And Red Line Racing, those front 3 cars are going to start to pull away. And now it's going to be up to the 12 of Dylan Sale and Timothy Eisburn to bring the rest of the field back to the back bumper.
Yeah, it looked like on that restart the 25 there, 22 on his car. Looked like he took a second to get on the throttle, maybe to cut the one some space so he can get down there and lined up with his teammates.
Yeah. Yep. but I think they gave him just a little too much leeway because that stacked up the rest of the field
Yeah, it did.
as, that quickly, separated the field. 14th is all the way, already 2.5, 3 seconds back already, and it just keeps getting further out, all the way to 24th. They're looking at, uh, I'm sorry, not 24th, 21st, they're already back 5 seconds. So, I mean, and that's in just 2 laps.
And you got Aaron Roth all the way back by himself. Quite a ways back from the leader. He was 15 seconds. He is kind of out by him lonesome. Unfortunate.
Yeah.
That's going to be a driver that's going to be praying for another one of those cautions that we were just talking about.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Now, a lot of these drivers are starting to communicate to figure out who's got damage, who doesn't. But I mean, as of right now, we've got a 10 car breakaway at the moment. About to be 9 as Kian Fry, that 20, he's starting to disappear from the back part of this field. And they will come down into the trial here to come to 12 laps to go. And as of right now,
laps.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, go.
I was going to say, with only 12 laps to go, these boys got a lot of work cut out for them to get by these front 3 cars if they want a shot at some of this money.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Looks like even that 11 car is starting to separate a little bit from... crazy run coming out of 1 and 2 as I say that. Call right back up.
Oh, yeah.
They're going to need that stack of 5 or 6, I think, to really give them a run for their money.
I think we're about to see Redline versus about 7 of these drivers.
Oh, 100%. I have no doubt that these boys are definitely trying to come up with something.
At the 18 of John Shulwilski calling out for a big shove. It's the trouble in the trioval. The 98 is involved. The 101, he's around. The number 8, Curtis Ecker, he's around here.
Man, that 98 of Andrew Teff just can't quite catch a break now that he's been kind of trapped back there with the rest of the pack. Yeah. He usually has himself worked a lot further up by now.
Yeah, he almost had it saved, and then Brian LaPratte came and finished up the job. Just unfortunately, that's, hard pushing, coming down to, the final few laps here.
Yeah, thankfully, though, that's going to save quite a few drivers and maybe even give them another shot at putting themselves in a bit of a better spot to finish this race out.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I know these red line guys were really not looking for another caution, but I can guarantee you just about everyone behind them might have been.
Oh, yeah.
Now the question is, with all these extra cautions we've had, who's going to come in and maybe top up a little extra fuel just to make sure they can go through all 3 green-white-checkers if it comes down to it.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks like your top 11 all came back down on lap 62. So that'll put him at just about 32 laps. Give these caution laps here.
They might have been able to save maybe just enough, but it's definitely a gamble. Especially if you're the one of Neagles, you're burning a lot of fuel being up there that lead car. Wouldn't be surprised to even see them maybe switch out a little bit and maybe move the 25 up to the front for a few laps if they need to.
Yeah. But I mean, we're now within, 12 laps, or I'm sorry, 10 laps here, when we go back green flag. So, I wonder if these guys have something worked out, if they all take home the top three if they just split the money evenly.
More than likely, I've definitely heard of some racing teams doing that between each other. You know, being like, all right, well, if we get all top three spots, then we all get this much cut. So it definitely
Right.
works out to have a team to work with.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And especially if you're doing that, it doesn't hurt when you do got to trade out whoever's going to take home the win.
Yep.
I wouldn't be surprised if that 25 car chooses to maybe try to stack that line up again to give their guy on the outside a chance to get down and lined up with him if he gets maybe roughed up a little bit, because I don't think these guys are having it anymore.
Yeah. So that 75 of Marcus McCord, uh, he's going to be the lucky dog recipient of this one. Unfortunately, he is still about 6 laps down. So,
Ooh. Yeah, I don't think there's quite enough time to make up a full 6 laps now.
no, no. We definitely got a few cars still down here on pit road getting some damage repaired. So essentially, we've got 22 cars on the lead lap, if I'm not mistaken.
I
Something
believe
like that.
so. Trying to check my SDK on my end, see if I see anything different, but I think 22 is the number.
Yeah, yeah. Ecker and Roth are still down in pits. Yeah, they'll
Yeah.
start lap
Oh,
85.
Ecker's
Yeah.
coming out. As long as he gets out just in time, he should be fine.
Yep.
Aaron Roth is also coming out. They will beat the pace car to the line. They will stay on the lead lap, bringing our total to 23 cars. 23?
No, 22.
22.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Christopher
Kendall is
Pendle.
also
Yeah,
down 1 lap.
yeah.
That means, though, with 22 cars still on the lead lap, that there is, believe it or not, 22 different drivers with a shot to bring this home in first place.
Oh yeah.
I can't tell you how many times I've seen a guy in 15th place on the last lap just barely scrape on by the chaos that ensues and bring himself home a first place finish.
Oh yeah. What's the furthest back you ever came to win a race on the final lap at
So,
a restrictor plate?
fun fact, with super speedways, I have yet to actually bring home a win, but the furthest back I've made my way close to a win, I was in 18th, and this was back we did I forget what it was, but it was the Thanksgiving themed race we did at Talladega in the next gen car. So it was a couple
Okay.
months ago. I came from, I think, 18th all the way up to 4th, and I don't even think it was a full half a car length from taking 3rd from the guy in front of me at the time. Just
Nice.
barely missing a top 3 on that one.
Nice.
So,
Yeah, the farthest I've come back on the last lap to win was here at Talladega, and I believe it was the trucks, and I was in 10th on the final
ooh,
lap to come back to the win.
yeah, it's an exhilarating run when you pull something like that off. I mean,
Oh yeah.
there's nothing that quite feels as great as that.
Oh yeah. All right, green flag is up in the air. One, hopefully for the final time here. 7 laps to go. Cody Neagles, he will get down in front of his teammates, and
I
the red. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, I think these guys on this outside line better stick to it and make it work, because I think that's their only shot at getting a few of these guys back past the red line.
Oh yeah, for
We
sure.
don't
But
we don't have time to dilly dally. That's for sure.
yeah, those guys on the outside, the 12, 23, and 11, they must now work together to try to make it work and slow up that 87 machine there on the inside. You know, if that 12 can get down in front of the 87, that's going to benefit them more. But no, they're going to go instead. They're going to go 3 wide here with 7 laps to go.
With the 4 of Dennis Kane and the 43 of Alex Teff, Optima work themselves all alone up there on that third line.
Now here comes that middle lane into the
Oh,
trial. The 12, he will separate the red line racing group. And now the 23 of Ryan Werp, he's going to stay to the outside. He's going to stay get help with Joe Bonner from that 11 and the 41 of Dwayne Drummond. But remember, Dwayne Drummond, he's part of red line. So that's going to be very interesting to see how that will all play out. But that outside lane quickly disintegrating with only 3 cars.
yeah, it looks like Alex Teff and Andrew Teff and Curtis Ecker all opted to stay on that outside line. If they can work their way up to those front 3 on the outside, I think we got ourselves a race.
Oh yeah, for sure.
They just got to do it quickly because these laps are counting down.
Yeah, for sure. That 76 machine of Kevin Allen, he needs to get right there on the back bumper of Timothy Eisburn. And Eisburn, he's going to try to make a run on the 87. No, he's going to stick it right there and stay in that 5th spot for the moment, while these guys will continue to muscle around with 5 laps to go here at Talladega. Cody Niegels, Ethan Eckert will hang out front for the moment. Will anybody have anything for these red line racing drivers here in the closing laps of this race? Now that outside lane still not able to make any movement back in, just about that 6th spot. They're starting to fall back here as Timothy Eisburn, he's now starting to get back to the back bumper of Miles Bagley in that 87 machine. Now, if you're Timothy Eisburn, do you want to help that red line motorsports driver, or do you want to, caution instead.
Go.
Andrew Teft is upside down. Another car upside down. That's going to be the 134 of Steve Harris.
He is just sliding on his right side.
Let's take a look here, see what happened. Oh!
He was already sideways before Andrew Teft got to him. Oh. Man. Big hit from behind.
Ouch.
Oh. Kirby Wainscott also getting an unfortunate tag in that
pace truck just coming out. I gotta love the pace truck.
It's just driving straight through the car that's on its side.
Yeah. Hi, Steve. How are you? Man, that's definitely very unfortunate there. And, well, we're going to slow these cars down and allow the pace truck to come catch up to the field. Here he comes now.
Another much needed caution for quite a few of these drivers as they close out the final laps of this race.
Oh yeah, well, we are definitely going to be going into a green-white-checkered situation, I believe, as these guys will come around to get the 3 to go signal this time.
I do believe that is unfortunately going to end the run for Andrew Teff tonight.
Yeah.
That was the 3rd big accident that he was very unfortunately involved in.
Yeah. This will throw us into a green-white-checkered, yeah.
Which means things are definitely going to be pretty spicy for these last 3 laps.
Oh, yeah. The 94 machine there of...
I think that's Pendel.
Christopher Pendel. Yep, he's going to be the lucky dog recipient, get himself back on the lead lap.
no better time than right now to be back on the lead lap.
Oh yeah.
Looks like Kirby Wainscott, I think he pitted.
Yes.
It looks like he's
Mark.
gonna stay racing. Not sure if he ended up using his fast repair earlier or not this race, but his car
Oh, I'd
doesn't
imagine he
look
did.
half bad. He took quite a shot there in that last incident, so he might have had that up his sleeve. His car actually looks pretty pristine. It's another driver that I thought might have been coming to an unfortunate end right at the end of this long race. Fortunately, gets to keep going and still has a shot.
Yeah. So when did you say you found iRacing?
Back in July of this past year, so a
Okay.
little under a year ago now. And the funniest thing about me being, well, one here broadcasting, but two in like doing NASCAR stuff. I mean, I always liked NASCAR growing up. I grew up racing dirt. I think I had mentioned that to you last night during our
Yeah.
demolition derby race. And my buddy was like, "Yeah, you know they have like a bunch of dirt cars and the dirt ovals and stuff. Like they have that all on iRacing." And I was like, "What? No way." I looked into it, ended up
Yeah.
subscribing, had an absolute blast. Started out in the micro sprints. Now I'm racing just about anything that I get in the mood for at the time. And yeah, I love it. I grew up on a dirt track. Feels like home to me. And then I
Heck
found
yeah.
Racers Elite and now I'm here.
Heck yeah. And next season, we are moving over to the modifieds on dirt. So,
Yeah, I saw that. That looks pretty fun. The only
oh yeah.
unfortunate thing is I'm usually pretty busy on Fridays. It's the one day that I tend not to be around the race. But if I can help it, I'll definitely be in a couple of those ones.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, this is quite a bit of a shakeup here as the 12 is going to be the second car on the inside line.
Yeah.
Wonder what kind of difference is going to make, what attempts they make here for Team Redline to keep all three of these cars in the lead.
Yeah. Well then, but we are coming back to the green flag for our first green-white-checkered attempt. Neagles, Eckert, and a Bagley will bring the field to the green. And look at that outside lane absolutely go, and that's going to bring
Man,
the yeah.
what a jump. Not like a jump to start, but just what a good start.
Yep.
76 is going to slot himself in that just enough space he had between the 12 and the 25 there.
Yep. That's going to be very interesting to see what's going to happen here in the final two laps of this race. Will that outside lane get enough momentum? No, they're got issues with that number 20 of Kean Fry. He's going to start to lose a little bit of connection here. And now that 12 machine of Dylan Sale, he's looking to go high. The 92, he slips up to allow the 23 of Ryan Warp go by. He's going to get down back behind Warp.
These guys are scattered just about everywhere on this track right now.
Yeah, white flag is in the air. The race is official. Whatever happens this lap, this is it. The 12, he is looking to go high. Ryan Warp, he's going to go with him around the outside. The 20 of Kean Fry, he's with him. Can these guys do anything for that 3 car pack out front. Will they have enough speed, or will they just get caught up in their own mess here on the final lap? It's Redline versus everybody else. That 12 car getting a good run here, but nobody's with him. Dylan Sale, he is now up there with
He's not lifting.
Oh, no, he's not lifting. There goes one driver from Redline. Now, who is it going to be? That 23 Ryan Warp, he's going to suck up right behind. It's going to be Cody Niegels and Miles Bagley to the race lead. And here comes the 23 of Ryan Warp. Will come home third. Now before, now we're gonna have to see how this. It's gonna be very interesting to see how these guys will play out the final lap here, as we're gonna have to wait to see what the final results are based off of race control.
Yeah, I do believe our top three are gonna stand.
Yeah.
And on the on the bright side, for those that didn't finish in the top three, they still have a little bit of hope and can bank on maybe winning that random prize slot.
Yeah.
The 1 and the 87 are gonna do some nice donuts. Hearing from the radio chatter, some tempers flaring after that finish.
Yeah, I'm listening it too, and you know what they're complaining about is the 12 ran through the 25, which, looking at the replay here, the 12 said he left the door open, and unfortunately, Dylan, I'm gonna have to say no, man. He never blocked. He never really gave the room either. So unfortunate there, but your top three will definitely stand. And now we're gonna wait to see what they say about the rest of this race. But why don't we go ahead and go over our race results while we wait for our drivers to come up for interviews?
Yeah, it looks like most of them are just about ready.
All right, so your race winner for 100% for sure is going to be Cody Niegels in that number one machine, and teammate Miles Bagley will come home second. Ryan Warp, he'll come sneaking by for that third position. Give me one moment. Let me turn off the audio.
Yeah, I'm about to do the same thing.
All right. Ryan Warp will bring it home third. Timothy Eisburn will bring it home fourth, and Kean Fry will make his way home fifth. Joe Bonner in the number 11 will bring it home sixth, followed by the 76 of Kevin Allen, the 71 of Mark Person. Alex Teft, he'll bring it home ninth, and rounding out your top 10 is going to be Curtis Ecker. The number 6 of Brett Bray will bring it home 11th, 12th. Kirby Wainscott, Dennis Kane 13th, Dwayne Drummond 14th, John Szolzowski will bring it home 15th. Ethan Ecker, unfortunately, will bring it home 16th. Aaron Roth will bring it home 17th. Christopher Pendle will bring it home 18th. Dylan Sale 19th, and the 7-Eleven machine of Trevor Fetzig will round out your top 20. 21st, you've got Andrew Teft in that number 98 machine. The 16 of Zane Bierman will bring home 22nd. Robert Wyatt will bring it home in the number 68 machine, 23rd. 24th is going to be the 134 of Steve Harris. Marcus McCord fought his way back to a top 25. Brian LaPratt will bring it home 26 in that 101 machine, the 96 of Barry Nelson, the 50 of Terry Fennell, and the 13 of Robert Garcia will round out your top 29. Kesley Smith, disappointing finish of 30th. And to round out your 33 card field here today, it's going to be Kyle Hess, Patrick Millett, and Frank Chavez. So I'm very unfortunate for those drivers there, but let's go ahead and talk with our top three drivers. Starting off with third place finish runner up of Ryan Warp. Hey Ryan, it's Mike Josh up in the booth. Got a copy.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Ryan, man, what an long, exhausting race, I'm sure, behind the wheel of that number 23 machine. And man, you zagged when you should have zagged there on that final lap to come home third. Man, what was it going to take to possibly beat those red line racing machines?
Well, I don't know. I don't think they were going to leave each other. So I don't know. I thought that my race was cooked after I left the outside lane at the end, but luckily the guys had some contact up there, and I was able to, like you said, zig or zag or whatever I did around it, come home third.
Yeah, definitely a really good run for you. Coming up on that final restart, were you talking with Timothy back there? Trying to come up with a plan with him to get around those guys, or did you just roll the dice and say, "Let's go"?
I just kind of was winging it. I didn't really talk to anybody. I had Blake Beacon spotting for me and crew chiefing for me, so he was helping me out. But yeah, I don't know. It was it was a long race.
Yeah, definitely. And Josh, do you got any questions for Ryan?
I guess really just what was really going through your mind there at the end? Like, what was your game plan? Anything? Or just like you said, just kind of roll the dice?
Yeah, I was just going wherever. I don't know who it was, 12 or maybe. He went up high, so I followed him up there, and then I don't know, it was kind of falling apart, so I went back down, and I thought that was the end of my race, but luckily, I was able to keep her in line there. I just don't really like how these cars draft. It's really weird. I don't care for it at all.
Yeah,
So
they're
I really
definitely a
didn't know.
little
I really
quirky.
didn't know what to do. I was just well, whatever. I was just going wherever.
Well, it looks like fate worked out for you tonight.
Yeah. I've never really had much luck in these money races, so I was pretty happy. It's the first time I won anything in them, so that's good. I'm pretty excited.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
man. Well, congrats.
Thank you.
And is there anybody that you'd like to give a shout out to before we let you go today?
Uh, just well, you guys announcing this and race control, Andrew putting it all on for us, and then my spotter Blake Beacon, he's helped me out. Thank him for that, and all my friends and family that are watching.
Alrighty. Well, congratulations, buddy, on your third place finish, and we'll catch you on the next one, man.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, driver that number 45 machine is going to be Ryan Work, bringing it home second. Let's go ahead and bring up Miles Bagley, driver of that number 87 machine. Miles, this is Mike and Josh up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Miles, man, what a incredible run out of Redline Racing here today. You guys practically dominated start to finish. Uh, you guys did lose. Who was it there on the final lap? I'm drawing.
Ethan Eckert.
Yeah, yeah. You guys lost Ethan there on the final lap. But man, what was it like on those restarts trying to work together to get you guys back single file? And other than with how it went for Ethan, did everything else work out to plan for Redline?
I mean, yeah, pretty much on the restarts, it was really just didn't even really coordinate it. It was really just the leader jumped and we just so happened to be able to clear. We weren't really trying to play any games. But I mean, I think the night went really well. There was a couple times where we had to crawl ourselves back from the back, but I'm glad we were there at the end.
Yeah, I was actually getting ready to talk about you and Ethan being further back in the field, um, hanging out. I believe it was like 15th and 16th, and then right at that caution came out as I was talking about it. Um, so that kind of saved your guys' day there. But I mean, man, you guys were just wicked fast, and the three of you guys working together versus everybody else, it was just absolutely amazing to watch. And I'm very glad to see how that all played out for you guys. Josh, is there anything you'd like to ask Miles before we let him go today?
I mean, as far as questions go, I don't think I really have anything, but I will say that was some pretty incredible teamwork and some pretty good driving. I mean, you guys, like Mike said, you guys just dominated just about start to finish. It was pretty impressive to watch.
Yeah, it was fun being out there.
Yeah, definitely a really good run out of you guys. Is there anybody that you would like to thank before we let you go today?
I think obviously Andrew for putting this on, you guys for broadcasting. I'd like to thank Matt Metler for bringing us out here for this race, and then obviously Cody and Ethan with Redline and Nightmare. That was a really fun racing with them.
Yeah, for sure. Well, congratulations on your runner-up, buddy, and looking forward to seeing you at the next one.
All right, sounds good. Thank you.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, driver of that number 87 machine, Miles Bagley. Let's go ahead and bring up Cody Neagles, driver of that number 1 machine, bringing it home first. Cody, am I saying your last name correctly?
How'd you say it? I didn't even hear.
Neagles.
Nagels, but close enough.
Nagels. Okay, Nagels.
Oh, now we know.
Well, now we know for future reference, man. Man, like I was just telling Miles, man, what an incredible run out of Redline. The way you guys were able to coordinate. And once you guys got lined up, man, you guys were tough to beat. Talk us through your race, what you experienced, and how those final couple cautions, what was going through your head?
Yeah, I mean, the Redline team definitely had some fast machines out there today. With the wrecks that were happening late, I thought it was pretty crucial that we try to stay connected to each other the best as we could because it seemed like, the last car in line would kind of lose off of the guys in front of him. It was really, really easy. There was like a big bubble, and once it was broke, you couldn't just pull up like in other packages. You can get right up to them draft wise. And you really have nothing to worry about, even if you have nobody behind you, as long as you're within about a second and a half. But in this car, I mean, you could be 3-4 tenths off the guy in front of you, and you're in trouble. So I think that was our whole thought process through the race: is just take care of each other and try to stay connected, nose to tail, as much as we possibly could, and just kind of take care of each other and try not to let anyone get too far disconnected between us. And it worked out pretty well, I think. Sucks that Ethan, didn't get a good finish out of it, but he definitely ran a good race, and we'll
Yeah.
still take a 1-2 for the Red Line team, and that's good momentum for us.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely just an incredible run there. Josh, anything for Cody?
Yeah, I mean, no questions, I don't think, but definitely like I said before, a dominating performance by the team. You guys stayed hooked right behind each other. You guys did phenomenal in that aspect. And you definitely made it extremely difficult for the rest of the competition to really put up much of a fight.
Now,
So
with super speedway racing, a lot of it is team oriented, and I think there's a lot that the other teams can take away from this. And in the next race, I expect that they're gonna bring their A game. It's all about coordination. We didn't get green flag pit stops this race, but you'll see it more with the green flag pit stops in the other races. But you have to coordinate with your team with strategy, make sure everyone's taking the same amount of fuel, and make sure everyone, within reason, is relatively close to each other. If we had somebody that was, 3-4 spots back, we would do everything we could. We would go up in a lane if we were clear up to go up and help them. We didn't want them, losing any more track position because it's crucial and it helps us be able to finish where we want to finish. I think at one point all three of us were kind of back a little bit because there's three that were working together. We had a couple others, but it seemed like the three of us were connected pretty close the whole race. And if one of us would get disconnected, we really just tried to make sure we could pick up that person. So when we had lost the track position, we got a little bit nervous because it is relatively hard to pass in this car, and we had to do it pretty clean, and we had to be patient with it. There's a couple times where I was being told, hey, there's a spot there, we can try to split the lanes. And I was like, no, be patient. Let the race come to us a little bit. I think, we have enough speed. I don't think we have to do anything crazy. And thankfully that got us to the front. It kept a clean nose because I wasn't trying to get a couple of my teammates involved in a wreck by me forcing the issue on something, knowing that if they do get in a wreck, that's probably going to be the race because there just isn't enough time late to be able to make another charge to the front.
Yeah, I mean, you guys definitely disappeared for a little bit, and then it seemed like out of nowhere, you guys were just kind of right back there. You know, it was some incredible driving today, and definitely a very worthy win for you guys. You guys did great.
Thank you again. Gotta give a big shout out to Matt Metler for getting us together for this race, and yeah, hopefully we get to run a little bit more as a group because a couple of us haven't ran together very much. So this was more of a us trying to build chemistry together, and it seemed like it worked out pretty well.
Yeah, it definitely did. I mean, you wouldn't know it from the outside in, that's for sure. You guys look like you do this all the time.
Yeah, we definitely do, but it's just we come from some different teams, and we've been wanting to run together a little bit more. So we know how we run, and we know our styles. So like me and Ethan have ran together before, but we recently just joined the same team together again, and it's been about a year since we've actually been on the same team. So there is chemistry there. Miles, neither of us have ran with Miles on a team, but he officially joined our team as of a day or two ago. So we're still very much building chemistry with Miles, and me and Ethan are still figuring it out together. But Mark, he runs on a different team than we do, but we all come together for Red Line, and same with Dwayne. So still, like I said, a little bit of chemistry there. We're going to have to try to build on and move forward with, but that's what these races are for. You take the good out of it, but you also don't want to get complacent with your team, and you want to make sure you figure out what you could have done better, because that's the first thing I look at is we didn't have Mark and we didn't have Dwayne with us, and Mark didn't have his best race, so there's going to be a lot to look at there and make sure we can improve on that.
That is absolutely something I really love about that. I race over with Epic Fails Motorsports, and that's one of the things that we also do over there as well as a team is, after all of our endurance races or just even single races, throughout the week. Okay, I screwed up. What can I do different to avoid the wreck, or what could I've done different to, you know, to hit my marks better, or exactly what you said. Just go back and review it all together as a team. Say, well, this is where we screwed up, guys, and this is where we can improve. So I absolutely love that mindset over at Raceline, and big props to you guys over there.
For sure. Thank you, and I
So
appreciate you guys putting on the broadcast and everything you guys do on that front.
yeah, yeah, absolutely. Well, Cody, again, congratulations on your race win here today, and we'll see you in the next one, man.
Thank you. And real quick, again, I just want to give Matt Metler more of a formal shout out for putting the team together. But Redline Racing Network did a very good job putting the team together. And I want to thank CCR Flying Aces for also being on the car, and my teammates at Nightmare Esports.
Absolutely. Well, congratulations, Cody, and like I said, we'll see you at the next one, buddy.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, your race winner, Cody Neagles, in that number one machine with the race win. Josh, man, what an incredible day. We're not going to take up much time, but real quick final thoughts before we head out.
Man, I mean, like you said, it was just incredible. It was a lot of fun to watch. And I mean, I think they definitely could have had something for Redline, but it seemed like the chemistry I expected kind of wasn't really there from some people that I see pretty often. A little
Yeah,
bit of bobbling around a little bit for some people, and unfortunately they just couldn't quite get hooked up to get quick enough.
yeah, for
Still
sure.
some great racing to watch though.
Yeah, for sure. And, you know, congratulations to everybody that did come out and run today. It was a hard, long fought race all around, and some tempers flared. Some people are upset. Some people are smiling from ear to ear, but some people out there, that did finish in the mid pack still had a lot of fun all around, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you guys so much for joining us right here on the Racer Elite Network. And we will catch you guys tomorrow night when we go dirt racing. I believe it's the dirt racing
I think we're
with the
on asphalt
no
tomorrow with the
asphalt.
SRX.
I'm sorry, SRX. Yeah, it's going to be asphalt short track racing and the SRX cars. And until next time, ladies and gentlemen, always remember no matter what you do in life, no matter what it is, anything, you guys have fun doing it. If it's not fun, please go make it fun. And always remember, have yourself a beautiful time zone. Until next time.